Hey guys, this is your girl Steph. Yeah, I just want to chime in on the whole Bitcoin mania, frenzy, whatever you want to call it. I bought in at Bitcoin at about $10,000. I bought $100 of Bitcoin and $50 of Ethereum, and Ethereum, and yeah. So that was in September, and so I really didn't check it, and I bought it based on the hype and people saying whatever they were saying, and so in February I noticed it had gone up to as high as $1,800. That caught my attention, right? But since I'm not a gambler, I quickly took out the initial $150 that I put in, and every week thereafter, and this is April, I take out between 200 and 250 off the initial 150 that I put in, because it goes up, it goes down, whatever. But because of it going up and stuff, I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and check into Bitcoin. It's a long story. I'm not going to get into it, but in the end, I remember when I was checking out something, and this one guy said, some people see Bitcoin as a religion. And I'm like, or they treat it like a religion or something. And I couldn't understand that. I was like, why would that person say that, right? But now, after researching Bitcoin, blockchain, whatever, and altcoins, cryptocurrency, virtual currency, digital currency, etc., I'm saying, okay, wait a minute. There's something going on here. I'm a bookkeeper, so when I heard about the blockchain and ledger and transactions, okay, I totally understand that. I totally understand Bitcoin, and so yeah, I'm saying, okay, well, this comes pretty simple. Why are people tripping out on this? From my perspective, it totally. I don't care. I'm gonna buy some, and I'm buying, but I'm using house money. But I'm not gonna say it's a Ponzi scheme, but in order for Bitcoin to flourish, you have to buy into it, because there's two different situations. Before I get into the religion part, there's two situations happening here. There's the Bitcoin in which they want the Bitcoiners want people to be able to go to the store and they'll see cash, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, and Bitcoin. They want Bitcoin to be able to use widely everywhere, right? And then there's the Bitcoin that's on the investment side. Now, so there's two situations happening, right? So the Bitcoin on the investment side is what has everybody going into a frenzy. But Bitcoin opened the door for cryptocurrency. And so now we have all this other currency, right? Different types of currency. All those altcoins, quote unquote, aren't even currency. Some of them are databases, some of them are this, some of them are that. But my whole point is this. In order for Bitcoin to thrive, you must believe in it. Investors must believe in it. And that's why they keep hyping it, because the more money that's put into it, the higher it will go. And if people take out, then it'll go low. So it's almost like gambling, and I'm not a gambler. So I put my money, I already put my money in. I'm writing on house money right now. I downloaded a Bitcoin wallet. I'm with Coinbase, and I'll tell you, the Bitcoin wallet starts off at 0. There's nothing there. The only way that you can get Bitcoin in your wallet is for someone to give you some Bitcoin, let's say for some services, and then all of a sudden you're on the Bitcoin road. But why would someone give you $500 of Bitcoin for services when they can take that $500 and invest in it? So that's what gets me confused a little bit, because, all the transactions are taxable. And as long as you hold on to your Bitcoin or any type of asset, it's not taxable until you make it, until you take the dollars for it. And so my thing is, okay, fine, I'm doing a little here, a little there, and so yeah, I'm taking mine, so mine is taxable, but it's small amounts. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, let me just get back to the whole religion part. So it's like, there's some Bitcoiners out there that's like, yeah, I'm holding on for dear life, 100 years, my kids in the future. That's fine or whatever. I'm not feeling that, because I'm not going to take my last $10,000 and put it in Bitcoin if that were my case. And I do have some money, right, to put in, invest, but right now I'm holding it in dollars, because, and even though people say it might not be worth anything, that's fine. At least I can go buy something with it. I can't buy anything with Bitcoin right now. And if I do, I have to buy it on merchants who selling, stuff for Bitcoin. But in the end, I'm still going to get hit up with fees. You know what I'm saying? And know your customer with Coinbase and all the other exchanges. So, the IRS, they know what's happening. I do taxes, and they're right. There is a box that says, did you buy, sell, etc. with crypto? And if you did, just say yeah. You know what I mean? Because they can track you, and you don't want to be. I'm not even scared of the IRS. Actually, it's just business. That's all. It's just business. You know what I'm saying? The algorithm will catch you. You don't even got to worry about a physical person. But anyway, the Bitcoiners feel like, hey, you know what? Especially from the beginning. And I tell you, man, I got so much information that I don't want to get sidetracked. I just want to stick to the religion part. The religion. Because people say, hey, you got to hold on to it. You got to believe in it. You got to believe in Bitcoin. You got to believe in Dogecoin. You got to believe in it so that it'll go higher and higher. It'll go to $1 million. Man, that sounds crazy. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it sounds crazy. It sounds like saying Jesus is coming back or something. Just believe he's going to come back. It's been 2,000 years over that. Just believe he's going to come back and whatever. And I don't know, man. I'm just saying that there's a group of people that believe that Bitcoin is it. Get rid of the cash. Get rid of the entire system. We've got to do it. Or it's going to come crashing down like Armageddon. The dollar and everything is going to come crashing down. Man, it just sounds like some religious talk. You know what I mean? Oh, you better set yourself right before God come get you and all this. You know what I mean? So, like I said, to me, it's part hype. You know what I mean? Because if the people don't keep investing, it crashes. But the Bitcoiners that truly, truly believe, they're not going to let it happen. It's almost as if they say, I sell it. If I sell my Bitcoin, I've sold my soul. And I'm supposed to hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Years go by. Yeah, you're making money. But once you pull it out, I mean, you're worth money. You haven't pulled it out into the real world yet. So, yeah, on your balance sheet, if you're a business person, yeah, you will see that you're holding $50,000 in Bitcoin that you bought at $10,000 with a $40,000 profit. And when you pull that profit out, since it's over a year for you, since you've been holding, yeah, you're going to be taxed. No matter what, you're going to be taxed, especially if you bring the dollars into the real world. But like I said, the believers are like, don't do it. Hold on to it. Bitcoin's going to be the world. No, I don't think so. I don't think so from tax purposes. And also, even though I'm a Bitcoin person, I don't believe in regular religion. Not that, I believe in a higher source, but I don't need a middleman. And Bitcoin is not going to replace cash. And I'll tell you one thing. Bitcoin cannot feed you. If I have $20 in my pocket and my car breaks down and I'm in the middle of no man's land and I see a convenience store and I need to go, buy me some water and stuff or whatever. I got that $20. I don't care if the water is $10. I still have that $20 where I could buy me something in the real world. I walk to that same store. Hey guy, I can give you, $20 of Bitcoin, you know what I mean? I got my cell phone, I can give it to you. The guy's like, what? I don't even take that. I don't even take it. So you're just going to be starving and thirsty because people ain't going to take it. You know what I mean? And so my thing is, yeah, it's a good idea. But also, the religion part. Yeah, you want all your transactions to be tracked. You could none of your transactions be tracked if you go on Bitcoin. And they're right. Because when I look at, wait a minute, let me just break that up here. When I look at the Bitcoin console or the wallet or whatever it is, let me see, what is it called? The client, all right, that shows all the transactions. They're right. You can definitely download it from the inception, all the transactions, but you're looking at a lot of numbers. But for me, it reminds me of looking at source code in DOS or something like that. So it's not really user friendly. Now, there are websites out there like Blockstream, that's streaming the same thing that the client does for Bitcoin. So yeah, you can see all these transactions, and yeah, you could see some big numbers. You don't know who it is, and so Bitcoin is like, that's what they're famous for. Yeah, well, yeah, you can trade and nobody will know exactly, etc., etc. And yeah, you can get away with that. But when you're ready to bring it into the real world to buy a house, a boat, a car, some clothes, some shoes, or whatever, that's when they find out about you. But I'm sure if the IRS really wanted to track you, they can find you by your IP address, which is like your computer or cell phone address. Yeah, you can be on Tor and jump around and do Express VPN and have various IP addresses. I'm sure people can do that. They can do that and maneuver the system and go from trading from Bitcoin to Dogecoin to all this. Yeah, they can do all that. But I'll tell you, what I say is, Bitcoin is a religion for a lot of people. They're going to hold on it for dear life. They want the system to work, and if they feel like they have to sell out, it's almost breaking their belief system. That's almost saying to a person that believes in religion that Jesus doesn't exist. And so people say, oh, Bitcoin is going to crash. They feel the same way. Like, what are you talking about? Bitcoin is not going to crash. I don't care if it does or not, to be perfectly honest with you. It's not going to supersede the dollar. Though the best thing that it can do is run alongside of the dollar. Just like they always compare the horse carriage to the car with Bitcoin and gold and everything. First we had a horse and horse carriage, and then it was replaced by the car. But yet we still have horses, and they still have some worth. So let's just keep the horses in the cars. You know what I'm saying? The horses may not be on the road, but they still exist. We keep the cash. The cash, yeah, it could be a horse or whatever, but we still need it. Because if there's any type of electrical grid or anything goes down, we cannot access our money. With a cell phone, you know what I mean? With the computer, if something happens, and people say it can't happen, but anything can happen, right? And so the bottom line is, the whole goal was, Bitcoin is a religion for some people, because they believe in it so much that to not believe in it would be a sin. I believe Bitcoin is fine. I do not believe it's going to take over the world. I don't think people have to worry about that. The government is not going to let it happen. People say Bitcoin can't be stopped. Well, you know what? It's not even about Bitcoin anymore. Bitcoin was the open bridge that opened the door for all the other altcoins to come in. But as more people find out what's happening, they'll jump in and they won't make any money. Oh, I'll put $1,000 into Bitcoin today, and if it goes up tomorrow by a few notches, oh, I have $1,050, and then the following day, because it's gambling, it can go up another $10, $15. Oh, my $1,000 is now up to, I'll even give you $1,100. Then a few days later, it's down to $900, then $800. So you start sweating. Then it's back up to $1,200. It's such a gambling situation. And I'm not a gambler. I've been following it, and I'll tell you this: you can definitely make some money if you have a. Let's say if you had a job and you're not employed anymore and you're at home and you're playing games, then you might as well get into trading crypto, because there's no doubt you can probably average. I know it ain't a lot, but you can probably do 100 a day. It all depends how much money you have. If you got about $500 you invested in, if you watch real closely, practically 24 hours a day, I would say you definitely can make some money, especially if you know how numbers work. Because even as a bookkeeper, I said, you know what, man, if I invest in that, just even for an hour or two, invest in it and let it go up, and then pull my money out. And then I'm on to the next. You can definitely make some money in this. But it's like, life is too short. How many cars can you have? How many boats can you have? How many houses can you have? How many bank accounts can you have? How many, whatever it is that you want. Your clothes, whatever. How much is so much? So I don't need a million on my balance sheet. Would I like to have it? Yeah, but that's no big deal. Because in the real world, I want to be a happy citizen, and I'm not bound down to any religion. Bitcoin is not taking over the world. Yes, it'll go up, but it's not taking care of the world. Taking over the world. The best it could do is ride alongside cash. But even with its blockchain, you can't even scale it. They have to use what was it, Lightning, whatever, to scale Bitcoin. So there's flaws in there. But like I said, I'm not going to get into it. This was all about religion, and for religion to work, and for reverends and preachers or whatever those guys are called to get paid, people have to pay them so they can make the church bigger, so they can increase their congregation. Okay, so I have a website called Poor Man's Crypto that I created when I first started buying. Not that I even understood what was happening, but I just wanted to let people know, hey, you can buy Bitcoin for, $10,000. And because I was tricked like everybody else. Why would I buy a coin at that time? It was $10,000, and they were showing a little coin with a B on it, the one that Mike Caldwell created, the Cassis coin or whatever. And so I thought it was a real coin. I said, why would I want to buy a coin for $10,000? And that's when I found out I can buy a piece of Bitcoin, and I wrote a little ebook, etc. And then now, when I started seeing it explode, I started getting serious. I said, you know what? Let me go deeper with this. And I'm writing a book, and that's the way I'm going. But I'm going offline selling my book. I'm not trying to go. I have a nice little mailing list, man. So that's the way I'm going, because there's a lot of information. A lot of people don't even know what's happening. But again, Bitcoin, I think it's a religion. I wanted to cap this out in about 15 minutes, and I'm real close. Thank you for listening. This is Steph.